Are you kidding me? Not only is the Broncos All-Pro cornerback on our show today, not only is he live in studio, but the all-world cornerback Pat Surtain is going to be with us on a regular basis throughout the season. Without further ado, welcome to PS Tuesday on the DNVR Broncos Podcast.
Yes,
Pat,
sir.
what is up?
What's going on, man? Appreciate y'all for having me on the show. Very excited to keep this thing rolling. So,
Man, we can't wait too. And I mean, what a perfect time to have you on. Start of the regular season, Raiders week coming up, and of course, Tuesdays here. And one of the things that we were so excited about this partnership was everyone already knows that you've done it on the field. I mean, in your second season, starter in the Pro Bowl, All-Pro, first team, just in your second season. And people still just kind of around the country, they think of Sauce Gardner. It's like, no. We need people to know exactly who you are, not just as a player, but as a person as well. So that's what we're so excited for this partnership is for everyone to get to know you as well on the field and off the field too.
yeah, for sure. Just me, off the football field. I'm a guy that likes to travel. I be traveling all over the country. I be trying to build on that because, I love to sightsee, love to see new coaches, love to meet new people. I be on the game sometimes, I just posted on Twitter. I was trying to get some Madden competition.
Oh, yeah?
Here and there. So, I be on the game, but, just spend some downtime to myself, away from the football field. I just feel like it's very vital, especially, with a long season coming up. When you get that off time, you got to spend as much as you can off. So
Yeah, and we appreciate that you're spending your off day with us today. And
Sure.
you said Madden, and that caught Henry's attention.
Yeah, we actually have a
Play
Madden
Madden?
league.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so it's people who listen to the podcast.
Okay.
32 teams. So there's like a user for every single team. So you go through like the whole offseason, 7 seasons. I'm 6-1 right now.
6-1.
Yeah.
Sure. If I join, I had to make you 6-2.
Let's go.
What team you play with?
What team I play with? I don't really have a team for real. You know
Okay.
what I mean? I just go ahead and pick whatever team I feel like.
Do you like playing with
you can
yourself?
use anybody.
Yeah, I love playing with the Broncos.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah, of
Custom
course I
playbook?
do. Of course I do.
You gotta pause that.
Come on.
You gotta pause you on that. I can't let you put my man out there like
I was
that.
thinking
Hold
of
on there.
Madden time.
I got you,
Talking about
Madden. I got you, brother.
Yeah, Madden.
Madden. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, already off to a hot start, and we're just gonna roll this in. And I said we want to get to know you on the field. You talked about traveling. We'll talk about maybe if you're gonna be traveling with Davante Adams this week in just a little bit. But let's get to know you off the field a little bit first. Throw some hard-hitting questions at you and see what you think. Let's hop into a little game called PlayStation with PS2. Very fitting with the Madden talk.
Yep.
And our first question coming your way. Here, let's pull it up on the screen. You have to survive a week in the wilderness. Who do you bring with you? Justin Simmons, Nick Saban, Jerry Jeudy, or Sean Payton? Which way are you taking with this?
Oh man. I mean, can't go wrong with none of them.
That's a good answer.
Political.
Let me see.
But you can only
I think-
click one of these buttons on the controller.
I'll probably have to go with Justin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like Justin, he would know what to do in those situations. He'd be so calm, everybody would be, what's going on? Everybody be scared, everybody be hectic. I feel like he would just be so calm in those situations.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm probably have to say Justin.
Yeah, no.
I think he would know what to do.
Yeah.
Fun dude, so.
No disrespect to Sean or Nick, but I think you got to have as much muscle
Yep.
as you can possibly have in the jungle.
I feel like
yeah.
Saban and Sean, they'll be too smart for their own good. I don't know what's going on. And Drew, he'll be the same as me. I'll be like, man, what's going on, man? You know what I mean? Us Florida boys. So
I love it. All right, next one. Let's see which direction this one's gonna go. Do y'all hear? Let's get that pulled up. Okay, if number 2 was taken on the Broncos, which would you wear? Number 47, number 49, or number 51?
I know what I would
That number
choose.
sounds
You know what I'm
familiar.
saying?
what's X?
No,
It's
nothing.
blank. It's
There's
blank. You
nothing.
can't click
Okay,
it.
I'm gonna go with X. I ain't
You're
with
just gonna
neither.
choose no number.
Nah.
51 would look clean on you, man.
I can't be a corner at 51.
That's so
They'll
true.
be looking at the sideline. We attacking him. we going at 51 that corner.
Don't you want that though?
Yeah, of course. But you know, it could be good problems and bad problems at the same time.
Let's say the Broncos sign someone this offseason, because they're probably not drafting anyone in this scenario. Sign someone this offseason, and they wanted 2. They wanted the number 2. Is there a price or anything that they could do to take that from you?
No, that'd be kind of hard. I've been having
Yeah.
2 my whole career since high school. So it was crazy because, you know, beforehand when they ain't allowed to, you know, eligible for single digit, you know, I came in and it was the first year and I didn't know what I was going to wear until I came in there. It was like, okay, I think I'm going to be 2, but Kendall Hinton had 2 at the same time. So I was like, I don't know if I'm going to get it. But luckily, Kendall's like, you know, I'm going to give it to you, this and that, you know what I mean? So lots of respect for Kendall.
Yep.
So allowing me to be able to get that jersey number. So
Did you take it a
just
little
gave it
easier
to
in
you?
practice on
what is
him?
that?
He just gave it to you?
Yeah, that's what I was surprised about. He just gave it to me, you know what I
He
mean?
a good dude. He a good dude. I
dude,
said
for sure.
first round, cut the check.
Kendall
I give you a 2, but
Kendall stand up dude, man. Kendall stand up dude for sure.
that's good.
That's my guy.
That's it. What numbers were you thinking then before he offered that?
I was looking at 21, 23, either number in the 20s, man.
Yeah, had to have a 2 in it.
Yeah, had that. Had some type of 2 in it. So
All right, let's get this next one you hear. Here we go. Would you rather, one option, show up late to Sean Payton's meeting, 2, forget Valentine's Day, or 3, forget your mother's birthday?
ooh, man.
This one's courtesy of Henry, putting in a tough spot.
It's a tough one.
Yeah,
I remember all of these. I mean, I guess I don't get invited to any meetings, but
That's true. No, you don't.
I have to go with forget Valentine's Day. I don't know. I feel like the other 2 options, you know, you miss the Sean Payton meeting, you get fined. I don't want that.
No.
And of course, you don't want to miss your mother's birthday.
No.
That cause even more problems.
I feel like that's the right answer because Valentine's Day's mutual, where the other
there's-
ones are like
love,
very personal.
Love is in the air everywhere. You know what I mean? So even if you miss it, there's still love everywhere. You know what I mean? You can just say, "Oh, I miss it," you know, and let me go get some flowers, you know, a card, this and that, some chocolate. You know what I mean?
I can tell you
Old
already,
school.
you got the moves.
yeah, I got a little something like that. So
Todd, you ever show up late to a meeting in the NFL?
No, luckily I was pretty much on time.
Wow.
There was one time where I almost missed my flight back during a bye week to New Orleans. And, you know, I was practice squad at times, fighting my way to stay on the roster. Yeah. Man, my flight got canceled. So from LA, I flew into like Texas and drove like 20 hours straight to get there. I got there 5 minutes before the first meeting.
Oh my gosh, you gotta be
Craziest
kidding
thing
me.
I ever did.
Oh my gosh, that's wild.
Hey, man.
And that would have been a Sean Payton meeting.
That would have been a shine.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
And you see how much much
yeah.
effort I put into not missing that. So
Yeah.
good choice.
That's
Valentine's
impressive.
Day.
That's impressive. All right, here, let's hit another one here. Who do you want to intercept the most between these 3 guys? I think guys you might be all familiar with. Mac Jones, Tua,
old teammates.
and Jaylen. Yep.
Ooh,
You've got 2 of them on the
you
schedule.
know what's
this
crazy?
year, too.
Yeah, I played against Jaylen my rookie year.
Yep. That's kind of right when they started to take off, too.
Yeah. I played against Jaylen, so
Do you want one
I'll
extra?
probably
bad
say
that
Tua.
game?
I'll say Tua, because I'm going back to my hometown,
Oh,
Miami.
yeah.
So it'd be like a bittersweet moment, to get an interception down there.
How many people are going to be at that game?
Oh man, I got family after family, so I'll probably say over about like 20 family members show up to that game. You know what I mean? So,
And that was that your team growing up too?
yeah, definitely. Just being around there. Obviously, my dad played for the Dolphins for 6 years, so I've been around the Dolphins, pretty familiar with the Dolphins organization since I was younger. So it'd be pretty cool, to play in there, but also get an interception. That would be pretty dope.
It would. Yes, it would. And
Yeah.
we heard a kind of a messed up story in the locker room yesterday from Alex Singleton. You know where I'm going with
Oh
this?
yeah.
Did you hear it at all?
No, I ain't.
Alex, so grew up. I think his family grew up in LA, right
Yep.
around LA.
Okay.
Yep.
His dad and brother are diehard Raiders fans, and still diehard Raiders fans.
That's horrible.
He said that at the game, his whole family's gonna be there. His dad will wear an Alex Singleton jersey, but with a Raiders shirt underneath.
Wow.
Can you believe
That
that?
hard, ain't it?
Yeah.
It's terrible.
You think that would happen with you?
Nah.
No. They've all switched Broncos.
They locked in.
Yeah.
They locked in for sure. They locked in.
I love it. All right, let's get to one more here. Who has a better chance in a fight? Me against Kareem Jackson or
Oh, man.
Henry against Alex Singleton?
I would just say the margins aren't in y'all favor. But if I was to choose, because recently I seen what you posted about Kareem. Kareem got some beef with you right now.
He does.
I'm gonna say,
You say Henry has a better shot against Alex than I do
yeah,
with Kareem?
right now.
Dang.
Man.
Yes, let's go. Oh, he's gonna hate
Because
that.
of what's going on with the heat of the situation. You know what I mean? So,
I didn't see Kareem in the locker room yesterday, so I survived day one in the locker room.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
you'll probably, yeah.
It's
If you see
coming.
him again, I'll be tuned in.
Are you gonna help him out? What you doing?
Yeah, do it.
Hey, I ain't got nothing going for me.
Yeah, that was
I'm gonna leave
exactly what
out
Todd
of it.
said.
I'm gonna be out of it, bro.
When's the last time somebody threatened a wedgie? That's crazy.
Craziness.
It's a great question. It's a great. You know what? These are good questions. Let's get to one more
Yeah.
right now. You hear? Pull one up for us. Here we go. We've got Jalen Hurts is a Alabama quarterback or Oklahoma quarterback. It's kind of a debate on our show. I thought you'd help me out on this one.
If you was to ask me,
Yeah. Well, I'm asking just you.
of course
Yep.
I'm gonna say Alabama.
Yep, there we go. It's official. It's official.
Of course I'm
Jalen
saying
Hurts, Alabama
Alabama
quarterback.
Of course I'm gonna say
Yeah,
Alabama.
yeah, of course, of
No,
course.
even though he had his great year at Oklahoma,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? He had much success at Oklahoma, but I'm gonna still say he a roll tide.
I mean, he won national
I still give him-
championship.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep,
You
yep.
know, so he won a national championship there, had great years there. So if you was to ask me, I would say Alabama.
Yeah,
Definitely
I love
Alabama QB.
I love it. Thanks for settling the debate on our show for us, Pat.
Yeah.
I thought you'd be on my side with that one. And if you win a national championship, you probably want to celebrate with some Spirit Hound whiskey, award-winning whiskey, 2022 Whiskey of the Year in the London Spirits Competition. And over at Spirit Hound, they have so many delicious spirits. And if you want to check them out, you can get them anywhere in Colorado, and they're available in 40 different stores. So check them out, or 40 different states. Check them out, Spirit Hound, where you can get whiskey, vodka, and gin across Colorado and across the nation.
And shout out to Splash Sports. Denver has a weekly Pick X contest for everyone to participate for real money. This is how you enter. Go to splashsports.com/DNVR and sign up. Deposit cash and get started. And enter the DNVR's weekly NFL Pick X contest for just $20. First prize is $7,500. Second prize is over $2,000. And third prize is over $1,000. I know I'm entering. Hank's probably going to enter because he bets
win.
a little.
I'm hot right now. Ever since that Colorado win, I feel good.
Second's a good win for you, Hank. I like that for you. So we'll be running this contest all year, so make sure you keep that link handy. And if you want to run a contest yourself, you can sign up to be a commissioner right through our link and earn money for the contest you've already running with friends and family. So go and sign up at splashsports.com/DNVR.
Pat, you have one of the coolest brands in the NFL, if not the coolest brand in the NFL. So I'm happy that Kendall gave you the number 2 because PS2, and you have a necklace that you wear with the chain on it, and you broke out the thigh pads with the PS2 controller on it. It went viral about a month or two ago. I believe the beginning of training camp. I want to ask, where did this come from, the PS2? Now, these guys laughed at me when I said that last week.
Of course.
But I mean, when did you think, like, okay, I'm gonna go with number 2, and then I'm gonna bring it along with the PS2 theme?
Yeah, it started off in high school. A friend of mine, he just so happened to say, "What's up, PS2?" And I'm like, "What you mean by that?" Because obviously, I be thinking like, first thing come to mind is a video game.
Yep.
PS2, the console, but he just said PS2, Pat Surtain II, and it sort of like resonated with me. I'm like, okay, I messed with it. Then my junior year of high school, I wore number 2. That's my first year wearing number 2, and then again and over, just keep on hearing PS2, PS2, PS2. Then I bought it with me at Alabama, and the brand just kept on going, PS2, PS2. Then, unfortunately, I thought I wasn't going to be able to wear it in the league because, like I said before, with the single digits. But luckily, I was able to wear number 2. So, yeah, the brand just keep on going. The PS2 mantra, I could say. So, I'm just going to keep on looking to expand it and keep on elevating it.
Man, so and the logo that you have that you can find on the video we dropped is sweet too, mixing it all together. See, not a stupid question, guys.
No. Did you ever have a PS2?
What'd you say?
Did you ever have a PS2?
Yeah. I had all the PlayStation games.
Okay.
PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, now the PS5. So.
Okay.
Now, was that by luck that you just had the PS2 before? Because PS2 would have been before
Yeah.
you actually had that. Yeah.
Way
So it just
before.
happened to work out.
Yeah, it just happened to work out.
Man, that's and here, do we actually have the thigh pad? Did you wear this at all last year?
Yeah, I wore it last year.
Was that the first year, or did you even have it as a rookie?
No, I had it my second year. So
Yeah.
like middle of the season, that's when I got the pads and I started wearing it. So
And you can't wear that in games, right? It's just practice.
no, you can wear it in the game.
You can wear it in
Yeah.
games. Okay.
Because Javante has like
you're right.
the mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, his
Like the
code
Jason-
too.
Yeah, that's it. Does anybody else have those that you've seen?
I think Court got one. I don't know who else.
I think Russ does too.
Justin got one. Yeah, Russ.
Justin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And you got the shoes too, right? Don't they have like the PS2 controller logo on them too? The cleats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cleats,
I
had
need
them
to get-
customized.
I need to get a picture
so.
of those next time. Yeah, if you can see on the screen, that's the awesome PS2 controller. Well, I mean, Todd, do you ever have anything that you rent?
No,
TD51? Oh,
Area 51.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Something
yeah.
like Area 51. But I think it's perfect timing for like all this to work out. I mean, like the number,
It's
the thigh
crazy.
pads, because I feel like we couldn't wear those, I think, early in my career. So everything ended up working out. I think it's perfect.
Area 51.
PS2 is dope.
cold.
And if he was 23, you could have been PS2-3. I don't know.
Yes.
It don't sound as good, but I mean, we could have made it work. You know?
Make it work. Yeah.
PS2,
You know what I mean? PS3.
And then you just wait
PS2s.
till like the 23rd version of the PlayStation comes out,
Yeah.
and then you
And he's
really
way
embrace
ahead.
it.
I know right now I'd be old.
You don't think you'll still be playing then?
I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe your kid will be playing by then.
Right.
So let's take a look back just at your career and kind of how you got to this point, and why Alabama? I mean, was it just natural? You're the number one cornerback coming out of high school.
Yeah.
Nick Saban obviously has done great things with defensive backs, and it's Alabama. I mean, was it just that obvious?
I mean, if I was to be honest with you, it wasn't Alabama, all the time. I was a big LSU fan growing up.
Oh wow.
LSU was one of my top schools, but the more and more, you weigh out your pros and cons throughout each school, and Alabama was a choice just because of they pedigree, they standard, what they brought up, their resume, great program. I feel like not only it was going to help me succeed next level in the football field, but off the field as a person, with the amount of resources they had to offer, what I mean? So I just feel like it shaped up for the best of me, just going there.
When did it change for you? Was it like instant switch from LSU to Alabama?
It was crazy. So signing day, the day before signing day, it was LSU and Alabama. I was real deal like torn between the two because LSU always been my childhood favorite team, but Alabama just so happened to rise up, and it was like, man, it was crazy because I was shedding some tears, you know what I mean, the day before because, you know, when you make a college decision, it's like the next 4 years, you know, of your life. Deal. So, you know what I mean, it was a big moment for me and my family, and I just so happened to pick Alabama. I just felt like it just came natural, you know what I mean, and you know what I mean, you had to make a decision at some point. So, you know, it just worked out in my favor in a way, and you know, I was just obviously thankful for that whole process because, you know, it goes to show how many teams wanted you and just goes to show your play on the field. But, you know, I just felt like as I look back at it, you know, Alabama was the right choice.
Man, I mean, the way it's all worked out, Alabama definitely the right choice. That's wild to be down to those two. Todd, that's like you being a Montana fan growing up your whole life and then choosing Sac State.
Choose between, I definitely would have chose Sac State no matter what.
Oh, really? I mean, come on.
Have you ever been to Montana?
Yeah, sold more season tickets than the Buffs last year.
Well, not anymore.
It's packed. I mean, not anymore. See, that would have been. Montana is awesome.
It is.
But if Coach Prime had been at CU, I guess you don't know how exactly would have recruited you, but that'd be tough to pass up.
Oh yeah, he's doing his thing right now at CU for sure.
I mean, you'd have to imagine he'd be all over trying to lock you down since he's got the number one cornerbacks the past 2 years. You were the number one cornerback coming out. Man, choosing between Nick Saban, who played corner, and Dion, who played corner, that'd be a crazy decision to make.
Yeah.
Man, do you see what CU did this weekend?
Yeah, it's crazy. Just to see what Dion has done to that program, you know, just having that culture shift, you know, getting the guys dialed in and locked in, you know, it's very inspiring to see, you know, how he got them boys locked in. You know, you could just tell by their attitude and the way how they approach the game, you know what I mean? So.
Do you ever try to play wide receiver at Alabama?
It's crazy because, not for real, we just had so many great receivers.
Yeah, that's true.
I was like, man, I'm only playing corner. It was like one time my junior year when Coach Saban, he put me back there at punt return, you know, just to get some reps in. The one time I got in the game and punt return, that Alpha Fair caught it. As I look back at it. Because it was two, we played Kentucky at the time. It was like two blue helmets in front of me. And obviously the ball's in there, the ball be like so high in the air. You don't want to misjudge it. So I was like, man, let me fair catch it. But as I look back at it, I was like, man, I was supposed to make things, you know what I mean? I was supposed to make something happen.
Put something on film.
Yeah. Put something on film. Because in high school, you know, I was a punt returner. You know what I mean? So, and I was always cribbing things back there. So, as I look back at it.
I played cornerback in high school.
Oh, yeah?
I also wore number 22. Not quite number 2.
Go.
Well,
Okay, 22.
This kind of reminds me. Trust me, I'm not going to say anything
we
good
gotta
about
get some
myself.
tape. We gotta get some tape.
I got to see some tape, man.
So I get put out to return a punt. I've been begging to return a punt. So I get put out to return a punt. One time, I should have fair caught it. Instead, I see those helmets there, and I'm like, no, I got to make this is my one chance.
Yeah.
I get hit immediately, fumble the ball, out for the rest of the game. It was brutal. So maybe you made the right decision. Although I think you're a little bit better of an athlete than me.
You made the right decision. not saying in that aspect of you fumbling, but you know you taking a chance, taking that risk.
My one return was a kick return.
Risk reward.
I was in 7th grade, and I wasn't like the returner. I was like a couple lines up, but like in Montana, nobody can actually kick a football. Yeah. So I like picked it up and started running, cracked a couple ribs.
Dang.
That was it. That's my one return.
Man.
I had a short football
We've
career.
all got one return.
Short football career.
Yeah, I didn't last as long as Zach.
Me?
Yeah.
Littleton High School. Yeah.
We need the tape. Did you rock the glasses under the helmet, or did you go contact?
No glasses. You know what? I don't even need the glasses. It's because of these lights that we've got.
Oh,
yeah, so
those
these
are
are
like
like
the
blue
blue
light
light?
glasses. Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Man, could you imagine? I would probably look fitting with the glasses under the helmet, wouldn't I?
No, I'm
would
just saying.
make
Some
sense.
guys, because you know, guys get the goggles.
Yep.
And then put
The
the
one
goggles
punter
on.
with like the
Yeah.
Colts.
Oh, yeah.
You got to be able to see, man.
It's true.
Yeah, definitely.
So
You gotta be
we've
able
all got a returning story. Did you ever return? I mean, you were a defensive lineman for the start of high school.
Yeah, for real. No, they didn't put me back there. I might have been too big for that. They let me carry the rock a couple times, score a couple touchdowns, but no return stories.
You're the only one on set who hasn't returned something.
I'm not at that level, man. I gotta get better, man.
Nah, but you say you made some plays though.
Yeah, I made some plays for sure.
Like
Yeah,
fullback
for sure.
dive plays or
Running
I
back,
had a couple more than that. Like
yeah.
I had a couple, fullback dives was a couple. We were like a veer team, so I wore 23 veer, 45 veer. They gave me a couple of those,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As a small cornerback, those were the worst teams to play.
Yeah.
Because that's just all tackling.
Yeah, we're running.
No, I hated that.
Tackle.
Speaking of returning, there was a lot of buzz about you potentially returning punts. Now it's kind of gone away, but during OTAs and during the offseason, you were put back there a couple of times. Was that something you were like, yeah, I want to make this happen?
Yeah, cause Sean, he was like, he came to the DBs. He was like, which one of y'all can return? Like, who has some return experience? I was like, shoot, me. I returned some in high school, so I was like, you know what? I like my favorites, but it was just he was mentioned as like emergency returner. You know what I mean? So I just thought, why not? Get some reps back there, give it a shot. I feel very comfortable back there too. So, I mean, he worked it here and there. I don't know how far he'll take it, but it's just something to look and look at throughout OTAs.
So emergency returner, does that mean you have to fair catch, or does that mean
No.
if you get your chance, you're not fair catching?
I'll get my chance. Best believe I'm not.
I love that.
Yeah, you got to make the most. You got to make as much as you can back there. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I mean, Deion Sanders, do a little bit of that.
Yeah.
When Montrell Washington was in college, he once said something that a reporter picked up. He said, like, I'm never fair catching a punt. And so right when the Broncos drafted him last year, I said, are you going to stick by that motto that you're not fair catching? He's, oh, no. I'll fair catch it if they need me to.
Yeah.
Probably a little different playing at Samford. Is that where Montrell was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Samford now in the NFL. So when the draft came around, did you know the Broncos were eyeing you?
No. To be honest, I didn't even talk to the Broncos during my pre-draft process. I thought I was going to go to the Cowboys, for real. Because it was crazy how the draft ended up. Because, once you see how the draft, goes on, you see certain picks. And, Jason Horn, he got picked before me. So I was like, okay, I'm around this range, like 9 through 10, 9 through 15. So I definitely thought I was going to go to the Cowboys.
Yep.
So then Denver called, and I seen the 303 area code. I'm like, wait, hold up. I answered the phone. It was George Payton on the phone, and Fangio at the time. And they were just like, are you excited to be a Bronco? And obviously, you just feel that sense of relief, you know what I mean? Because during that whole process, it could be very hard just talking to certain teams, all these teams around the NFL, across the league, and you finally hear a name call. It's you just feel that relief, that sense of joy, and, just to spend time with your family during that process. It's a special moment, but I never thought I would end up here, because I always thought it was either going to be the Cowboys or the Panthers in some way, but, I'm glad I ended up here.
Yeah.
All in all.
Yeah, we're definitely glad you ended up here, too. And, I mean, what just a full circle experience, not just for you, but your family as well. I mean, what age were you in locker rooms with your dad? I mean, you grew up around the NFL.
I can't remember half of it. Probably because my dad got in the league in 98. I was born in 2000, so it was like I was in there from the jump.
Wild.
So, the earliest I can remember was, just spending time at the games in the stadiums, cheering them on, me and my family. And I remember one time when he was at Kansas City, we played a game there when I was in Little League football. We played a game there against a certain team. And I had like 2-3 touchdowns. And, being able to have that experience, have that moment, is pretty special.
You ready to have 2 or 3 touchdowns in Kansas City yourself this
year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couple of interceptions, maybe a punt return for a touchdown?
Maybe.
Yeah, there we go.
That's it.
And obviously there's been a lot of things have changed in now your 3rd year being here, but now Sean Payton's in town, Vance Joseph's in town. What do you expect a Sean Payton team to look like this year?
Yeah, he pretty much had his goals in sight early on in the season. Obviously with his resume, he's just got a great coaching career. Obviously he has a Super Bowl in his belt. He's coached many great playoff teams. So, when he walked in the building, you obviously knew what type of coach he was, but when you see it firsthand, how he goes about things, he always has a business mindset. He's always focused on winning, always focused on getting better. And that's what you see out of him day in and day out. You ain't gonna get a different type of coach. You always gonna get a coach with the same approach. Who's focused on his goals. So he's very goal driven and goal structured. So.
And I'm sure. I mean, Todd, the crazy thing is, neither of you played on the team together, but you both played under Vance and you both played under Sean.
Yep.
And I'm sure you saw those exact same things almost a decade ago in New Orleans.
Yeah, I say Sean hasn't changed like one bit. Like he's been detail oriented since, I don't know, was that almost 10 years ago now? Yeah, he's been the man. Going back to last year, I know that you were there. I know we don't like to talk about it too much, but what are some of the changes that you've seen that Sean has brought? Like, his attention to detail, or how he runs practices. Can you feel the structure change?
Yeah, you can just tell how he has things structured in a way. Just by the meetings, just by having things organized in a way.
Yeah.
But obviously last year wasn't the season we wanted to have, but he's made it clear that he's the main priority is to win games and to focus on allowing us to get better at the same time. And you just tell by the locker room, guys are very much locked in. You could just sense that camaraderie we got going on, before the season starts, and everybody's ready for week one, you know what I mean? So, yeah, he's just got that sense that, everybody in the locker room loves to have, with the coach.
Man, well, let's dive into this season. We are 5 days away.
Yeah.
It is wild.
Crazy.
We're pumped. I'm sure you're even more pumped, and you have more invested in this than we do. But first, before we get into the season, got to tell you about our friends over at Breckenridge Brewery. For game day, you're going to want some Breck beer, the Mountain Beach Sour. It's going to be a hot one at Mile High this week, so you're going to want a nice, refreshing beer. Check out Breckenridge Brewery, the official beer of DNVR. If you need to find a Breckenridge beer close to you, go to breckbrew.com to find their beer locator.
And
Oh.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was taking it.
I
I
thought
was
you were doing
ready
the
to
first
go.
one. Yeah, you were ready.
Oh yeah, I'm locked in.
Yeah, I'll just give some tips if you need.
Todd's trying to pick off Henry right here.
Hey,
like
I got it. And shout out to Shady Rays. It is going to be a hot day.
It
You know what I'm
is,
saying?
again.
Get your brew, get your shades, and make sure you're out there stunting at the game. Use code DNVR for 50% off your deal. You can take on the sun with gear that is built to last. Shady Rays has got you covered no matter what. They're a great pair of glasses. They look good on you. They feel good on you. Look good, feel good, play good. You know the saying. So go out there and get your Shady Rays. And if you ever lose a pair, you break a pair, even on the day you buy them, they'll give you a new pair, no questions asked. You can wear your Shady Rays with confidence. And once again, check out our friends over at Shady Rays.
Henry, anything he need to add?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
he did
what's
great.
up?
I do just want to clarify this. I am not a Chiefs fan. It's a thing the commenters like to say. So that's not a real thing, just so you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you Broncos.
Definitely. Yeah. I
100%
just
Broncos.
thought I picked him in the Super Bowl before Super Bowl last year, and so then now everybody's
How dare you?
on
Henry?
my back.
How dare you, Henry?
Which I shouldn't have done.
Were
even
you
though they
seeing
won.
like Pat get mad at you? I mean, you kind of had to step in there before.
No, I saw him reading the comments, and I was like, I'm not letting this go anywhere.
Speaking of the comment
again.
section, hit us with a thumbs up if you enjoy Pat being on the show. We love that everyone's tuning in. Smash that thumbs up to give us some love. We really, really appreciate it. Okay, so the season coming up. Let's kind of preview this by looking at some matchups, some rankings. And before we get your top matchups that you're looking for, we wanted to put out a list of our top cornerbacks on here. So we have our top 5 cornerbacks in the NFL this season. Here, you got that graphic for us? Oh my gosh, 1 minute. Our producer, you here? What's he doing? Making some last second
Wow.
changes
I
here?
think he might have found your tape. He's getting that ready.
Oh, you putting me in there? You hear? Is that what we're doing?
I actually had to make another list, which is like the top 5 worst quarterbacks.
Oh wow! Better watch what you put on there.
That's a shot.
Yeah. I know. You have this year here? What are we doing? Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Well, really quick, we're also going to ask you for your top 5 wide receiver matchups that you're looking forward to this year. And I got to say, I don't know if this is just the modern day NFL or if it's just a pretty tough schedule for you, specifically looking at like number 1 wide receivers that the Broncos face, this is insane. Nearly every single week when you go through the schedule, Davante Adams, Terry McLaurin, Tyreek Hill, Jaylen Waddle on the same team, DJ Moore, Garrett Wilson, Christian Watson, Stephon Diggs, Justin Jefferson. There's so many good receivers. And then, like, that's not even mentioning Travis Kelce, who's probably their number one target on the Chiefs, just not their number one receiver. It's insane. Is that modern day NFL now?
Yeah, it's just so many good receivers in the league nowadays. Just, the type of passing offense that you see nowadays in the league. You know what I mean? You just see so much tempo of passing, RPOs, you know what I mean? So many great quarterbacks. And, that's what you're going to get, so many great receivers around the league. But, looking at that schedule, I'm looking forward to it, to compete against some of the best. And, that's, as a competitor, that's what you look forward to, you know what I mean? If you want to consider yourself best in the game, you got to go against the best, you know what I mean? And that's what I look forward to.
So who do you let's pull up our top 5 cornerback list right now before we get in. Wow, you hear? He's just trying to what's that called? To suck up to you, Pat. He puts you number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Wow,
Kind of
appreciate that.
disrespectful, some of those.
Appreciate that, man.
5 and 4 was a little bit disrespectful.
Appreciate that.
When we talked about this, you hear was like, we got to put Pat at all 5, and Henry was like, no, let's not put him on the list at all. And I was like, wow,
That'd be
Henry,
hilarious.
Chiefs fan, now he
Crazy.
doesn't want to put Pat Surtain in the top 5. What
That'd
are you
be
trying
funny.
to do here, Henry?
It'd be funny. Best Patrick in the league.
Best Patrick
Get
in
it?
the league?
Yeah.
Get it?
Come Mahomes.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's still on it.
There we
Henry,
go.
why
That's
are
what
you
he's doing.
diving
No,
in
that's
this?
what we
He's
need. We need the
gonna-
best Patrick in the league.
Oh,
list.
and Pat.
Exactly.
Pat Surtain, best Patrick.
Exactly.
Okay, there we go. You're trying to save yourself a little bit here.
Oh, fair enough.
Okay, so let's get the matchups that you're most excited for. Like I said, I mean, there's 12, 13, 14 guys that are on here. Who would you put in your top 5 matchups that maybe not necessarily the best receivers that you face, but the ones that you're most looking forward to? I mean, a big one, Davante Adams coming up this week.
Davante in there.
I mean, I feel like you could just have the
Yeah.
first 5 weeks of the season and it be all these guys. Terry McLaurin in week 2, potentially. I think he's dealing with some injuries. Tyreek Hill, a guy that you went up. Yeah, he was with the Chiefs 2 years ago when you were a
I
rookie.
went up against him my rookie year.
So is there one guy that jumps out that you're like, man, I'm looking forward to that matchup the most?
Jaylen Waddle.
Yeah, I thought so.
Of course.
Yep.
Yep. Man, how many years did you go up against him?
In practice every day, we used to battle it out, man.
Yeah.
And it's kind of crazy that we're going against each other on the biggest stage. But, I'm looking forward to that matchup. We always talk about it because every time in the offseason, we always hang out. That's my boy. So, but, yeah, I'm looking forward to that matchup. Back at home, going against him, it's going to be a pretty dope moment.
Who's got the upper hand? Is it the receiver or is it the cornerback in those situations? When you know each other like so much.
I mean, we both familiar with each other's games. But obviously going into that game, I want to have the upper hand. Obviously, but it's going to be a great matchup for sure.
And the crazy thing is Tua's also throwing the ball to
Yeah.
him too.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
this is just
crazy.
like an Alabama practice
Yeah,
that's
that's
just
what I'm saying.
taking place on Sunday.
It feels like a Bama joint practice.
Is your
So,
dad gonna have any tips for you? Since he was coaching on that staff last year.
Maybe so.
Okay.
He probably will. We'll see though.
Okay.
I know he's gonna be hella busy though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is true.
What he got going on. So
Yeah, he's got Florida State looking
yeah.
right now.
Florida State looking good for sure.
Rolling.
And he's their defensive backs coach, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean-
DBs was playing, man.
They were.
They were lights out.
To hold the LSU quarterback was like on the Heisman watch. To hold him to 24 points, that was impressive.
Yeah.
That was
for
really
sure.
impressive.
If Florida State plays Bama, who do you cheer for?
Oh man.
Oh, putting him in a tough spot.
That's a tough one. You just gotta know.
I gotta go with Bama though. That's my school, man.
And you still expect your dad to be cheering for the Broncos when they play the Dolphins, huh?
And the Chiefs.
Yeah, but I feel like that's a little different. I
true,
still
when
be
it's your
rooting
son.
for him, what I
Yeah,
mean, in some
yeah.
ways. But, obviously I got to go with Bama.
Maybe Bama to win like 7-6, so his defense does a great job,
right,
but Bama
right.
still
You know
wins.
what I mean? Yeah.
Anyone else that you're really looking forward to? Any other teammates, former teammates? So who else would it be? Because there's so many Alabama wide receivers.
Almost
right now.
Justin Jefferson if you'd gone to LSU.
It's
That would've been
true,
crazy.
It's
Yeah,
true.
me and Justin had some battles in college. Yeah, Justin.
You guys play
Looking forward
twice
to that matchup.
in college.
Yeah, because obviously there was in our division. We was SEC West.
Yep.
So we played each other towards like the end of the schedule, like in November.
Yeah.
Us and LSU used to be a big rivalry.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
used to always have big games against them. So
Yeah.
looking forward to
Man,
that.
Justin Jefferson. I mean, that's another one. Arguably, maybe the top 3 receivers in the NFL you have to
Yeah.
face this year. I think there's an argument to be made. Justin Jefferson, Davante Adams, and Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
You got
Potentially.
to pick on Justin in the Pro Bowl, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Are
you
you a big like film study guy? Because I played with like Chris Harris and Aqib Talib. I think Aqib was like, he watched film, but I'm gonna just line up and whatever you do, I'm gonna lock you down. Chris Harris was like, I know based off your split, the way your arm is twitching and how you look right now, I know
Yeah.
exactly what route you're running. So, what kind of DB do you say that you are?
Yeah, I be studying lots of film. Because at DB, you want to slow the game down a little bit for yourself. And with film study, that helps you a lot. Just looking at offensive tendencies, like you said, splits, receiver tendencies, looking at the quarterback, offensive coordinator, what he like to run, on certain down the distances. You know what I mean? Just little stuff like that is what helps sharpen your game, helps you, reach that next level. You know what I mean? Because when you see guys, in the league that last, at cornerback, they slow down a little bit, probably, speed-wise, physicality-wise, but, what keeps them in the game longer is their mental process and how they study the game. You know what I mean? So I be trying to, get a read on that film study and just keep on building on that, for my success.
Yeah, and I know that's a good feeling. Like
Yeah.
when they line up and
what's
I know
coming.
what you about to run.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you
It's a
feel
great
like there's
feeling.
nothing you can't do.
You know what I mean? Because, you prepare well,
Yep.
it comes to benefit you in the game. So,
For sure.
That's a great feeling.
I've
Do you-
heard. You go ahead.
Do you study any less when you play Davante Adams since you've already played him a couple times?
Oh, nah. Because, with receivers like that, they're very smart. You know what I mean? Because obviously, he does a lot of film study as well, too. So you got to even increase your film study. So, going against receivers like that, you got to even increase your film study.
Huh.
Just understand certain tendencies that he like to do here and there so you get a beat on it. You know what I mean?
Do you expect a sizable difference with what Davante is going to bring to the table this year with a different quarterback? Or does pretty much everything just focus on the receiver when you're looking at film? Or does it change? Because obviously head coach play colors the same there. But does it change when it's a different quarterback? Because obviously he had a really good connection with Derek Carr going back to college.
Yeah, I think it changed a little bit because obviously they got to build chemistry within each other. So I just feel like changing quarterbacks and, just having that, you sort of got to look at film differently, seeing what Jimmy G likes to do on certain concepts, certain downs. So, you know what I mean? But I don't think it changes from him necessarily, you know what I mean? Because obviously he's a good player. He's going to get his targets, his fair share. So, you know what I mean? When you look at that, you just got to look at, okay, what the quarterback like to do, you know what I mean? And how is that going to be implemented into the new scheme of things with the Raiders? So,
Now, I'm not asking for how you're approaching this game,
yeah.
but when you see, like, when a team has a number one receiver, like a lot of these teams do you say, I want to follow that guy?
Oh,
all
yeah,
game?
most definitely. Yeah,
That's just part of the challenge.
Yeah. I'm always looking forward to that challenge. And you know what I mean? Just because that's just the type of player I am. I'm always looking forward to going against the best. And it gets me going when there's number one receiver on the other side of the ball and you have a chance to follow him. You know what I mean? Best on best, iron sharpens iron. You know what I mean? I just look forward to games like that, live up to games like that.
Do you tell Vance or whoever your defensive coordinator is at the time, like, put me on him all game?
Yeah. It's just sort of what to expect. You know what I mean? Obviously, I traveled more last year compared to my rookie year. And then, I'm just only going to keep on getting better and better at it. You know what I mean? So just following the best. And with that, you just got a high chip on your shoulders, just knowing that, you're going to be that guy to follow the best. D coordinators would be willing to put all the tools necessary away from that so you could just follow the best man. So
Todd, you ever asked to follow someone throughout a game? You're like, yeah, put me on Tyreek Hill all game, coach.
Yeah.
Give me Kelsey. Give me Kelsey.
There's definitely been a tight end or two I tried to follow.
Yeah.
But that's huge for a defense, man. I played with guys that follow receivers, and as a linebacker, we appreciate y'all because y'all shut down half the field. We ain't even got to look to that side, so that's huge. That's big time.
For sure.
Yeah, and got the Raiders coming to town this week to start things off. Is there... Obviously, it's a division game. Division games, home division games just carry that much more weight. But from Broncos Country, there's just always been this extra hate.
We hate the Raiders.
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
hate 'em with a
That's what I'm
passion.
talking about. And Todd, when you played too,
sure.
did you guys feel that in the building?
Oh, yeah. I mean, shoot. It's been going on for a while. It's been a big rivalry. You know what I mean? And like you mentioned before, it's going to be a bloodbath. You know what I mean? You know, heads butting heads, you know, everybody going at it, especially just so early in the season, you know what I mean, a lot on the line so early, you know, with it being a divisional game, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's a huge rivalry going on, Denver against the Raiders, you know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to it, you know what I mean? Anticipation going to be high for it, you know what I mean? You sense that feeling in the building once you know you're playing against a rival. So,
Man, I love that. And yesterday when we talked to Sean, he said that rivalries he thinks exist more in college football than the NFL. And I think that there can be some truth to that. But I think fans want there to be rivalries and want players to embrace it and teams to embrace it. And especially one with like the Broncos and Raiders, that's an easy one to embrace.
Yeah, because there's a lot to not like over there. You know what I'm saying? And I was a Raiders fan growing up, but after playing them twice a year, I just, found a hatred for them in my heart. And I love our division because no matter what, like even when we lost to the Chiefs the last couple of years, like we're not getting blown out. It's tight games. And the AFC West, no matter what, it's going to be a tight fight.
Always
You
gonna
know
be
what I'm
good
saying?
games.
Good game.
yeah, so.
So you're a Raiders fan growing up. Do I have to check if there's a Raiders shirt under that?
Nah, no Raiders shirt under this, man. I'm rocking with the team.
Good. All right. Pat, I know there's a lot of people tuning in that have some questions for you, and I want to dive into those questions. Let the people talk to Pat after I tell them about our friends over at Volo Sports. Volo Sports is the largest social sports company in the U.S., and I got to tell you what, Volo Sports is everywhere. I mean, you go to parks, Volo Sports is there. You go to bars, Volo Sports is there. They've got like volleyball nets set up outside of bars, and you're going in and out of the bar to the volleyball net. It's such a cool program that they've got set up. They've got every single sport you can think of they've got over at Volo. And if you want to get $10 off, scan the QR code on our screen or go to volosports.com/Denver. Use that promo code DNVR10 to get $10 off over at volosports.com.
We got to get Pat on a flag football team.
Oh, man.
Get like an appearance out there. Could
me
you
up.
imagine? That'd be incredible. That would be awesome.
I'll be there.
Maybe you're playing receiver in that one, too.
Yeah, I'm definitely playing receiver.
Just
I'm
like
definitely playing
your
receiver.
average Denver man trying to get open against Pat Surtain. That'd be so good. That'd be so good.
I think I could do it.
Yep.
I bet you could. I bet you could, Zach.
Thanks, Henry. I needed that.
I know you do. Also, DraftKings. We love DraftKings Sportsbook. I made so much money on that Buffs game. I was all on the money line. Didn't even touch the spread.
Plus 740?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. And
Dang.
so then immediately what I did, I just flipped it right over. I took like half the winnings and just put them on the Buffs to beat Nebraska. So at the time, like right after the game, right after it hit the account, it was plus 100 even odds. Now it's down to like minus 140 or something.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
That is wild.
Yeah.
I mean, that spread before CU played TCU, the Nebraska CU spread was CU was plus 10. Now they're
Yep.
minus 3 or 4. That's insane.
Crazy. So yeah, hopefully you guys are on there too. But also NFL betting can start right now, obviously, because the NFL season starts Thursday. Only 2 more days. So make sure you get all your futures bets in, your Super Bowl bets in. Broncos over like 8.5 wins. It's a lock. Make sure you jump in on all that sort of stuff over at DraftKings Sportsbook. You can download now. Use the code DNVR to sign up. New customers can take home $200 in bonus bets instantly just for betting $5. That's code DNVR only on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. The crown is yours. A gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. 21 plus age. The age varies by jurisdiction. Boyd in Ontario. See dkng.co/football for eligibility, terms, and responsible gaming resources. Bonus bets expires 7 days after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply.
You made it. You made it. You made it,
good
Henry.
job,
Yeah,
good
that's
job.
one you left for me.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tom. Yeah.
That's the one I did want to do. So I appreciate you.
Good at right there.
See you tomorrow.
All right, let's hop into the comment section. And before we do, hit us with a thumbs up. We really appreciate it. And show Pat some love. Let's get a lot more thumbs up than that. Boom. All right. First question coming in from Austin says, who are we most excited to see Pat Surtain match up against this season? Shout out to Pat for giving us his time. Go Broncos. I mean, you said it, Jaylen Waddle.
Yeah.
That number one guy. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Wait, so
Yeah.
who are the other guys that you faced that there were quite a lot of guys there at Alabama, but I think Jalen's the only one this year that was at Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
During
Yeah.
my time.
All right, next
Yeah.
question, next comment coming in from Will Jock. Our guy says, let me know when you want this work in Madden, Pat. Oh,
Let
my
me know.
gosh.
Hey, I'm open, man. I'm on that PlayStation every day, all day, looking for smoke.
I love it. I love it. I think, Pat, do you ever watch film in Madden?
Oh, nah.
Bro, these people are insane.
Oh, yeah?
Like the Madden League is crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Like everybody's got custom playbooks. Like
They
making sure
legitimately
all
watch
the
it.
audios
Yeah,
are
I
perfect.
heard of
Oh,
that.
yeah?
I know
Okay.
that. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
We'll see.
Wasn't it Tyreek Hill that said I don't know if he was joking or not, but he said, I don't watch film.
Yeah.
I pull up their Madden ratings the night before a game to see how good these guys
That's
are and
crazy.
like where I can beat them. You think
That's
that's
crazy.
a joke?
No, what he said Madden does a great job of rating guys.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
there is
yeah.
that Madden rater and adjuster there to
Yeah,
critique,
there is.
the speed or hands of a player. I mean, maybe he has something to it. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't trust it. But, to each their own.
Yeah,
What-
but then you see like they don't even include Jaquan McMillan. They're gonna put him in as like a 62 because he made the team, and it's like, okay, well, obviously you haven't been watching like week 18 last year, like
They
training
don't be
camp.
watching their film.
Exactly,
No.
They
exactly.
don't be watching their film.
Yeah.
man.
Do you know what your rating is, Pat?
In Madden,
Yeah.
I think like 90. Is it 93?
Think so.
Okay.
90.
That could be.
Maybe I don't know.
Still seems low.
You feel
Somewhere in the
disrespected?
90s. Nah,
No?
Okay.
motivated.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
Motivated.
Would you ever just look at the Madden ratings of the team you're playing coming up? Not as instead of just looking at film, but maybe it's just a bonus?
Nah, not for real. I ain't gonna-
Yeah, probably smart. Probably smart. I don't know if
It could be deceiving.
it's
Right, it could
very
be
true.
deceiving.
He's trying to cover somebody. He said his speed was 89.
What the hell? All right, next comment coming in from Greg S. He says, I'll be in Miami, Tampa native. Can't wait to see y'all play in person. I'll be wearing my Sternad jersey. Can't miss me. Friend of the program,
That's a good one.
Justin.
There you go.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah.
Justin from that area.
Yep.
That Tampa area.
Yep.
So,
Yep. Yeah, we got,
Yeah.
so
Another
many
Florida
guys
native.
from there.
Yeah.
Yep. That's going to be a huge game. I mean, that could, just because of all you guys going back there, that could just make it a home crowd for the
Yeah.
Broncos.
for real.
Yeah.
I hope
It's gonna be
Jerry's
packed.
back.
Ooh, yeah.
That'd be so fun if Jerry can play in that game.
Yep.
Yeah, Jerry people gonna be deep. I'm pretty sure. So
I love
yeah.
it.
Home reunion.
Yeah, yeah. Next one from Mark. He says, hey, PS2, thanks for being here. How will the Broncos do on Sunday? Please tell us everyone is stoked. You guys gonna do good?
We're gonna do great.
Boom. I love it. I love
do
it. Great prediction. Jimmy says, score predictions from the panel for week 1. Oh, we're on Tuesday right now. We're going to give you our score predictions. We appreciate the love, Jimmy. Hang around through the rest of the week.
Thursday.
Think
Or no,
we're-
Friday this week.
Friday
Friday,
this week.
Change your schedule.
I think we're all feeling pretty good about this game, though.
I think we are.
Yeah. Pat said he's feeling great about it. I think that's how we're all feeling, too. All right, next comment coming in from Chance Manning. Says, glad to see Pat on the show. Let's go. Quick question. Would it be rude to ditch my friend who is a Raiders fan that invited me to the last game of the season for the tailgate? No, I think that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. You can ditch him.
Speaking of like the way the schedule boils out, with the division games, you play the Raiders week 1, Raiders week 18. So as far apart as you possibly can. But then you play the Chiefs twice, and I think a 3-week span. And then I think you play the Chargers twice in a 4-week span. Is there one that, and Todd, you as well, is there one that you prefer? Is it easier to play a team twice in like such a short time? Or is it better to kind of spread things out and get more film on them?
I'll say playing so far 3, I'd say the easiest is playing the same team twice in a short span. Because I feel like you get that one game out the way, okay, you know, I got a feel for it. You know what I mean? You watch your film, then the game come like 3 weeks after. It's like, okay, I seen what they got. Ain't much change ever since the last week, so you could pretty get a good beat on it, you know what I mean? Studying them and playing against them. So, you know, the difference from like week 1 to week 18 is a huge difference. Because a lot could happen in that time span. So, yeah, I prefer the short span.
Well, that's good news for the Chiefs, for Broncos Chiefs, because that's a 3-week span.
Yeah.
You play them Thursday night, then I believe you have one at home against the Packers, then the Chiefs come here. So that's good for that streak maybe to be snapped this year. Bryce coming in and says, bought tickets specifically to watch PS2 clamp up JJ for Sunday Night Football. Flying in from North Dakota, definitely will be at the tailgate. Man, that's going to be a hell of a matchup. Pat and Justin Jefferson, Sunday Night Football.
I had my fantasy draft last night. I got Justin.
Wow. So
yeah. What? Pick one. Number 1 overall, Justin Jefferson.
But you're gonna sit him that week, is what you're saying.
you have to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you just lie?
Yeah. No, I'm definitely gonna sit him. I've got to sit him.
Yeah. We're gonna have to see a screenshot of that, Henry, just to make sure.
Okay.
For
Sounds
sure.
good.
And 2 more comments. Second to last one says, PS2, is Travis Hunter him? The CU, what do we call him? Cornerback, wide receiver, do it all?
Yeah, for sure. To play 110 snaps at a high level, definitely him.
That's wild.
He's definitely one of the ones for sure.
Is that, I mean, even at Alabama, you have all these world-class athletes. You probably never saw that.
Nah, rarely. I mean, even if that, they'll probably like stick to one position towards the end of the year. But what he's doing is pretty special.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Does it make you wish that Bama had let you do that?
I wouldn't say it makes me wish, but when you see stuff like that happen, it's like what could have possibly happened. You know what I mean? Because obviously everybody is athletic enough to do so, but it's just, can you do it at the same time? You know what I mean? Because we just had so many great receivers, so you know it was no point of me doing that.
It's true.
So
And my question is, like, how long does he do this? Like, I think it's great for the first game of the season. It shows that he has a lot of ability. He's very versatile. But can he do this the whole season? What was it, 100? How many snaps did he do?
110.
That's crazy.
110.
That's crazy to do that the whole season. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm interested to see what happens.
Now, for both of you, when there's games where you play like 50 snaps, do you really feel more refreshed entering the next week than a game that you would play 85 snaps?
For me, I said yes, because that means that we really just whooped on them. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't a tough game. We came up there, a lot of 3 and outs, quick work, you know what I'm saying? Move on to the next. But Pat, how do you feel like after a 50 play game versus like an 80 play game?
yeah, you hit it on the head, man. You feel fresh, rejuvenated, ready for the next week.
Yeah.
You know, them 80 snap, 90 snap games could be brutal, depending on. Obviously, linebacker, y'all do the hitting and all that. You know, we do the running and covering. But, yeah, those 80, 90 snaps, you know, it could bite on you. You know what I mean?
Well, and then a crazy thing about that, too, is it's like 105 degrees down in TCU when they played.
Yeah.
And that's something that with the Miami game, week 3, when you guys go down to Miami, end of September, it's gonna be a hot one.
Be scorching.
It is. I guess
Man,
you're
so
prepared
humid.
for that.
Yeah, but also I got to even prepare even more just because,
Yeah.
you know, we do a lot of running as DBs.
Yeah.
To be in that
Especially against
sun.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. So.
It's true. All right, and last question coming in from Austin says, I want the pick from the Pro Bowl against Justin Jefferson at least twice a week. Or I watched the pick from the Pro Bowl against Justin Jefferson at least twice a week. You know Justin Jefferson is nervous for the PS2 pressure.
Sunday night, we'll see.
Boom. I cannot wait. Man. Oh, we got one more. He says, can PS2 rank the AFC West in terms of most hated? You want to do that? You want to save that?
Most hated. I feel like the Chiefs are most hated right now. Am I wrong?
Yeah. No.
I feel like that's a good one. Yeah.
No, I
Because they've been
mean,
winning.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's expected though.
Yeah.
You know, when you've been winning for so long, you know, you're gonna get people hating on you. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, just
It's
like
just hard. It's hard to, you know, be at the top, but you know what I mean? That's why they do what they do. But obviously with us, you know, we gotta sort of set things straight, you know, make it all time. So.
Yep. I mean, that's how it was when Peyton was here. I mean, the Broncos just dominated. You guys dominated the AFC West, and that just makes you the most hated naturally.
Which
I don't think we feared anybody. When we were at the top, I don't think we feared
Yeah,
not the
you
Chiefs,
don't.
Chargers. You don't fear anybody
No.
until you come and knock us off. So
No. Man, and I hope that's a conversation we're having
Yep.
this year, knocking off the Raiders Sunday, knocking off the Chiefs come what, week 8? Man, it's going to be a blast. And Pat, we are
excited.
so pumped for this season. We're so honored that you're rolling with us. Thank you so much for coming by today, and we are wishing you the best on Sunday, and
Thank
we
you.
cannot wait for what this season's going to bring.
Yeah, can't wait. It's gonna be very exciting.
Man, so what?
week's on.
Hit us with the thumbs up on the way out. Pat, thank you so much. This was awesome. We cannot wait for this season.
Yeah, appreciate y'all, man.
All right. Happy PS Tuesday, everyone.